Hello and welcome back. Today I am not in southern Alberta, I am in southern Ontario. Right now I'm in Chatham-Kent at the Pride Seeds facility here, checking out some trial plots. You can see there's a whole bunch of corn behind me there, a whole bunch of soybeans back there. So let's take a look around, see what's going on. Here's the plots for some of the varieties that we like to grow in southern Alberta. So 1047, of course, is basically the hybrid to beat from Pride Seeds. Pretty much an industry standard in southern Alberta. Looks pretty good here. I think we're going to start seeing more of this in our area, the 1058. It's looking really good too. You can see the corn here is quite a bit more advanced than it is at home. This is a really good corn growing area. A lot higher moisture. None of this is on irrigation. This is all on dry land. It's all looking really good. We're all in the dent stage here and drying down already.
Are susceptible hybrids that's leaving the lineup, but
yeah.
It is, and you try and scratch and they don't come off.
I think it'll be pretty.
But it's severe. The whole plant. It's hot. It's
really cool getting to see all these varieties of soybeans. It's not something we see a whole lot of at home. We did grow quite a few soybeans a few years ago with mixed bag of success. Not a whole lot of seed companies pushing soybeans in our southern Alberta region anymore, but really cool to see them all here. They look much better than they did when we were growing them in southern Alberta. Right now we're just touring some corn seed production fields. So right now that corn is getting picked. So it's getting, instead of running through a combine, it's getting picked by the machine, which is currently hiding behind the truck there. Just taking that off as a whole cob, which is then running through a dryer and getting cleaned after that. So really cool process so far. Seed production fields of corn, pretty similar to what we see at home with canola, just a different plant. You can see here we got 4 bays of females, 1 bay of male. The male is already gone, it is mowed out. The females are detasseled, so they do not self-pollinate, so that's why, of course, it all looks so short. But yeah, overall, pretty similar process. We're just having some fun with weed identification out here. There are lamb's quarters here in these fields. It gets impressively tall compared to at home. Some of these are as tall or taller than I am. Lots of pigweed, very similar to at home. This grass is some sort of fall panicum. Pretty common to see in the fields here. Don't see this at home at all. At home we would have more wild oats than anything else. This is a nightshade species of some type here. It's got some berries on a few of them. Don't see this very often at home either. There is some nightshades around Lethbridge, but pretty rare once you get west of Lethbridge. This interesting looking weed that's about 7 feet tall, or roughly 1 lisle, is velvet leaf. So I was curious what this one was, because I am having a problem with this in my yard at home actually. The seed came in with some bird seed. Yeah, very interesting looking weed. Some interesting looking seed pods in here. Well, this interesting thing is, this is what happens when corn gets smut. So this is a head of corn smut, considered a delicacy when prepared properly. I don't know how to do it, and I don't know at what stage you'd pick it for that, but pretty interesting to see. I've been looking for this at home and I've never seen it. We are now at Truly Green Greenhouse. Going to go for a tour in here and check this place out. This is a 90-acre tomato greenhouse.
This crop here just explained in this area, but the humidity and the temperatures that we get here are really not ideal. So there is one greenhouse in Alberta that we partnered with a bit, and they were saying, yeah, my warmest night was 16 degrees, and I was like, that's pretty low. But oh, that's really beautiful because our warmest would be. It's a young hive, so you won't see much activity, but the queen will be in there.
Oh yeah.
And then there'll be a few workers. By the time we are done with them, they will be completely full of a hive. Basically a set cage or section, and everything gets stocked in there. So we can hold 12 hours worth of packing product inside the buffer. And it will all be kept separate by section, and then we just pull it out to the right line. And so this is actually a really critical piece. This is like the most critical piece of infrastructure. And
Here's the tomato packing facility. This is a pretty neat little place here. We're right in the back, probably kind of hard to see, is like clamshell packaging. Looks like they're putting small little cherry tomatoes in clamshell packaging for grocery stores. And then a little bit closer there is cherry tomato line. And then tomato on vine line. Looks like they're doing like 10-pound cases. And down here is like 20-pound cases of Roma tomatoes. Oh, it's a lot of tomatoes.
Right on this piece here, they're about 65 ton an acre.
Yeah. Wow.
This is a really prime piece of dirt, and it's never had tomatoes before, so that helps. Just look for the track that the tires are going to run through, and then we only do one pass with that, and then we'll pick the bed beside the tractor here. So then we end up dumping rows, and then we pick them up double rows later on right into the trailer.
Yeah, this is when they're opening up.
This is the first pass to open up a field. So
They make some room, and then they
They're planted 20-inch apart.
And that's cutting below ground or
So
just right?
the idea is that this is just barely scraping the tomatoes off the ground. You'll take in some dirt, and I'll show you once we get up there too. There's rollers to get rid of the dirt on that chain. But when I'm harvesting, I want to see about that much dirt on this roller. It changes. it gets to be mud, and you can see along the
and you
front
get
of it,
docked
it'll
for
build
mud as well.
MOT, material other than tomatoes.
tomatoes.
That'll be vine or corn cobs or
Is that
chunks
where
of
like
mud.
Mott's Clamato gets its name?
Yeah. And it's kind of tough to see from the outside, but there's two large brushes that have counterweight, so they vibrate. And the tomatoes will come over this first brush, shake off onto this fruit chain, come across to here. There's another brush here just to.
Checking out a tobacco field over here now. You can see they are harvesting back there. Sounds like a lot of it is manually harvested. Smells nice.
And the process is called topping. So you'll walk through the field, and on every single plant, you snap the top off. Because that essentially becomes a sucker, and it just takes nutrients from the plant. So that you snap that flower off, throw it on the ground. You'll get.
So what have they done here? They've like rolled this?
This is chopped.
Or just
They're
chopped
there.
down?
Every single plant is chopped by hand with an axe.
Okay. So then they let it lay here for like what, a day or a couple
This is
hours,
probably
whatever?
chopped either this morning or yesterday evening.
Okay.
If you leave it too long in the sun, it can wilt as well.
Oh, okay.
So then you can see right now, like they had piled it. So you chop it. There's a lot that goes into it before you get to this point, but you chop it, you pile it, and then you drive those hanging racks down the center, and they'll have a needle on top of those pickets, and you smash it through. You can see on the trailer here. You smash it through the stalk of the plant. There's usually, I think it's 5 plants per picket, and then there's just an attachment there you throw on, and you have to slice every single leaf on there, plant on there. But it's a huge job. It's a lot of labor.
So planting,
This feels like a
you put a
big
root.
field.
You put a root in the ground.
It'll be a plug as well, similar to tomatoes. Yeah. Actually, my dad, I think he had that one built, and he drew the rest of the engineer drawings for the rest of them. And he had an engineer sign off on it, and these are some of the better barns around. Like a lot of them were aged out, but these, like the oldest one, that one. Yeah. I'm not gonna mess with the rates, but even having the door open, you can see that that pile's hammering up a bit.
So you just light it basically and it keeps going?
And dry down as well. Curing
So
process.
do guys like use like, I don't know, like with smokers use like cherry wood or whatever, right?
Yeah, this is a good look at the inside of the barn.
Somebody
as well.
stands up there.
Yeah, they straddle each level. They straddle each board like that, and there's a guy on each tier, and then you pass the pickets that we were looking at up to the next guy. 7
They
tiers
must
to the
have
peak.
whatever muscles these are that your delts. This must be all just.
Yeah.
Powerful hoist you up.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, right to the peak, front to back. It's 10 acres.
And you guys plow, eh? Looks like.
We just bought
Yeah.
this 3 years ago. We do a lot more plowing now.
Cavernstead? Yeah, or Cavern land, yeah.
We,
Do you?
no, not.
Don't see plows like this at home very often.
That's what you need the big tractor for. I get it now.
On our
Well, today we are at Woodstock, at Canada's largest outdoor farming show, so pretty interesting. It's basically a quarter section size outdoor farm show, so let's wander around, see what's going on. Right now I'm just at the Pride Seeds booth, which is a full-on pavilion with a whole bunch of plots here, both corn, and on the other side from me there is a whole bunch of soybeans here, so pretty cool. Let's see if we can find somebody to talk to. All right, well, here in the plots I got Aiden. Aiden is our local Pride rep. So Aiden, why don't you tell us a little bit about 1058?
Hey guys, so yeah, like Lyle said, we're at the outdoor farm show today. We have 1058 on showcase. So this is going to be like a big brother to our 1047, which is a very well-known silage specific hybrid. 1058 has a G2, which is our BT Double Pro. So you're going to have above and below ground insect protection. It's especially for European corn borer, we're seeing that come up in our areas lately in the last couple of years. 1058 is very similar, like I said, to 1047. It's its big brother. Nice long ear on it, really good girthy, big kernels, really good kernel depth on it as well. So you're not going to see that cob being really big, a big part of that. It's going to be a really skinny cob and big kernels. So we're going to see a higher feed value on it and excellent tonnage. This crop does well in variable soils as well, and it's just a very impressive plant.
Nice, thank you. Pixie DLF has some cover crop plots. Pretty cool stuff going on here. We're not doing a whole lot of cover crops at home. We just don't have enough of a long enough season or appropriate fall weather. Huge amount of equipment here. Here is the John Deere Pavilion. Got Dagelman over here. Dairy producers. Just a bit of everything out here. Of course, we got the X9 out here with the corn header on it. Pretty impressive machine. Here at the DGI booth, we got Drone Spray Canada. We got the T100, 100 liter capacity or 100 kilogram. Really, really impressive machine, about 50 grand. And here is a really nice 15,000 watt generator that you can go with it. Really cool package. Here we got a winter canola plot. Apparently that's a thing out here. Of course, it doesn't really work for us too well at home. We have way too much winter kill every time it's been tried, as far as I know. But looks like about 20,000 acres were seeded here last year. Can honestly say I've never seen tree plots before at a farming show. Lots of these trees here, like the larch and stuff like that, they're trying to find customers to grow these trees for barbecue pellet production. This interesting crop is Miscanthus. This is a perennial grass. It lives 15 to 20 years. It's being grown here for cattle bedding. So pretty cool. Once it gets established, it has underground rhizomes. So even if you do get a little bit of winter kill, it will grow back. We're just asking the rep whether it would, survive our minus 40 winters. And he says they've really only tested it down to minus 20. So I have a feeling it probably wouldn't. But really cool crop. Kind of looks like sugarcane. Well, here we got some switchgrass plots. This is another one. You can see the full-size plants here at the back. This is another one that they're growing for like biochar and straw production for basically for animal bedding. So pretty neat product. Huge variety of different precision planters and corn planters here. Here's Raptor from Universe, and this one is strip tillage from what I understand. So pretty cool. A little bit of a foreign word to us in southern Alberta, strip tillage. Another corn planter here. This one is Momentum 12 from Fent. Never seen one of these at home yet. We got Gleaner T71. These are a really neat machine. I've heard a lot about these online. Apparently they're really popular. I haven't seen one in the field at home yet. Machinery row here, pretty impressive. Lots of machines I'm not used to seeing, like Lemken. Kind of looks like my Farming Simulator 21 wish list over here. Looks like Winfield even is set up here with their crop plan seed, so interested seeing these guys here. We've had good luck with some of their canola seed at home. Well, that'll be it for checking out the farm show here today. Lots of interesting things, very different to it back home right now where everything's golden brown. Here everything is still quite green and developing, so it's been a very interesting experience, and a huge thank you to Pride for letting me come along and check all this stuff out. So I'll get this edited together here soon, and we'll see you then.